Okay, when we last left off... Well, let's see where we last left off. I believe we were at Sabarov's. We had just gone to, was it Katerina's room? Where there were all the reflections? Who we haven't spoken to yet. Yeah, Katerina Sabarov is sick, and it seems like the governor can also hear the voices in her head. The wisest women in our town would take the title mistress, a word that calls to mind the tales of ancient sorcery. Do you believe in such a thing? Who do you think the mistresses are, then? Stepson, you bear the marks of nature's flow upon your skin, but mind how thin the twire runs in your veins. You are more stone than earth. Like ships must catch the winds and sails, our town relies on nature's flow. Nature is everywhere. Everything lives by her flows. None know how many winding paths there are. None know what forces run their course. There are no words for what they hold. To see them calls for gifted senses, gifted minds. And should one hear the call of such a gift, what feats, what brave new world they'd find with it, like being the very first to hoist a sail. Such gifts are not yet the domain of mankind. Victoria Olgimskaya and Nina Kana, one 5'6", one 5'1", mortals, but seen as giants, for they could feel the powers move across the firmament. And some merely know the flows, some feel them now and then. A mistress tastes those waves, might drink of them, and when the stars align, might ride them. The people felt such women knew the workings of the world itself. And that's it. How is that not enough? The mistresses kept their hands quite clean of rough and tawdry magics. Victoria knew not a spell that brought the dead to life, but Nina did inspire fear. Along her steps, doors shut and children hid. But those two women gave the town its life. None know the hows or whys of such a power. I've heard that Victoria did raise the dead, but that's probably just a rumor. Two mistresses there were, and all felt that to be correct, for one was night and one was day, one was heat and one was cold, one was storm and one was calm. Contrast reigned. Nina held court over schism and unease. Victoria's domain was peace and nourishment. The bright and the fearsome, as they were called. The Kanes had Nina, the Olgimskis had Victoria. When Sabarov returned with his young bride, my Katerina, there was no place for her in such a scheme. But her hairs would raise and her skin would sense it, and once Nina did perish, Katerina took her place and seized a name for herself. Nina, the Wild. Nina did only drive men to fear, but Katerina, naive as she was, mistook the nuance of Nina's role for a romantic darkness, and that in turn would drive her down the road of frightful things. Luckily, she never became a second Nina. And is that such a blessing, sir? Nina did not just take children from their mothers. She tinged our lives with color. Recall how in her days to walk the streets was an adventure. Perhaps our town would have been like that without her. It's not like anyone can check. Victoria died, and Katerina replaced both mistresses. Two roles to play. She grew into neither. But patient folk would wait for her to find her gift, and some may still await her day. True, it is easier to be fearsome than kind. How many reflections does she have? Wild Nina begat Maria the talented. Warm Victoria begat Capella the gifted. My mistress has no one. She'd take any child to raise as her kin, gift or no gift. Is she in pain? She sits in darkness, weaving blackest yarn from heaviest thoughts. She'd rather knit baby socks. Instead, she drapes black folds around her throat and chokes. Don't whine, reflection. At night we hear her talk to herself, mad. I failed to give life to the town, talentless. I failed to nourish town or child, giftless. I failed to guard against plague, useless. I am barren. She'll manage, probably. There's definitely still time for her to have a child. Broken morphine bottles, morphine, and a tourniquet. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take these. Another reflection. But have you heard? Such wondrous news. We wait in awe for our new daughter, true and talented. And such a talent, sir, a blessed gift. And now we are not two, but three, and one will much more mighty than two be. So where is this girl? She walks the streets and does her chores, bound to this plague somehow. She has the gift, so she must stay to stop the plague. Salvation can and must come from the house of Saburov. What is this gift? Is it even that important right now? Let's administer an immunity booster. And talk to her.
100 years is just too much. Too much. 40. 40 is obviously not enough.
Do you know, Barak, where a mistress's power comes from? The prophetic dreams, her influence over others, keeping the town in balance? I don't. Tell me. The power of a mistress stems from the earth, and only from the earth, no matter what Nina may have said. The only true power is in the earth. It feeds us all. We grow as grass in the field and breathe in its spirit. There are other powers out there. All these years I couldn't find the key. I was deaf and weak. It's like musical talent. Without it one can hear but cannot play. One without the gift cannot take up a melody started by another. All gifts are like that. Surgery too. Each body has its own feeling. But recently the earth started to respond. The tiny people living underground. Mice and rats. And worms. Worms too, but mice are more reliable. Rats, they're just like us. Their intelligence equals ours. The earth and rats are different beings. Don't confuse one for the other. And how do you know that? What do you even know about these matters? When the earth must speak to people, it will take any form at once. The kin say that in these cases, the earth makes shabnaks. Earth has no mouth, no ears. I see why my past attempts were fruitless, but it took pity on me. It speaks through its herald, to me. He comes to me, tells me truths a mistress must know, all as it should be. What does it tell you? He says the sand pest and the earth are one and the same. That means there is no salvation. We are bound to the earth. We walk it, we breathe it in, we eat its fruits. We cannot escape it. Our bond is inseverable. He's right. All signs confirm it. But the disease appeared only recently. The earth has been here forever. I don't know that. I don't know anything. Here he comes again. He wants to speak to me, but I don't want to. I'm scared, Artemy. When I heard his voice, I began to believe in my power. But now I see this power is useless. There's no one in this room but us. Oh, shit. The Rat Prophet. Human? Rat? I'm not. What are you, then? A thing of shadow, a thing of the depths, a thing of earth, flesh of her warm flesh. I know the answers. You don't even know the questions. What seek you within me? I'm just seeking you. What do you want to hear, human? Does the plague really come from the earth? Everything comes from the earth. You came from it as well, and will return in time. Is coming from the earth so great a crime that one must burn for it? Not necessarily. Here, the earth is still alive, truly alive. You should know better than most, if you remember your pitiful childhood, of course. All living things resist death. Do you understand? But Sandpest is death itself. Time after time, I'm amazed by humans. The naivety, the conceit. You consider yourselves the crown of creation. That alone puts you above help. Any mouse understands its place better than your sorry species. Mice don't care about these matters. Only a handful of you think differently, like this unusually sensitive woman, but even they are not prepared to confront that which they seek. The truth snaps them in half like matchsticks. All in all, you're a weak lot. How do I kill the plague? Tell me if you know so much of the earth. How does one kill the self in oneself? Answer me this little question, human. You still haven't found any answers to his riddle other than mundane suicide. Carry on with that. We will help. Who is we? So dumb. How can one be so dumb? So dumb, worthless, and narrow-minded. I hope you don't have any other questions. I feel that all of your words are lies. or truths twisted beyond repair. Did the rat prophet just throw us out of the house? He teleported us outside. What the shit? That's all she wrote, huh? Okay. Wild. The spirit tormenting Katarina is real because living Earth is real. It bears things like this rat prophet and sand plague itself. So what plot pieces remain to be revealed? Something with Reuben, something that is perhaps the convergence of the crowd being worried about the plague carrier, possibly Clara, and then Katarina, who might be Clara's adopted mother at this point, and the idea that somebody made the outbreak. What else do we have? It feels like the cure from the sand pest can only be made from a minotaur, a chimera, half bull, half human. And then, yeah, some friend of Murky's dislikes me. Speaking of that, I'm thinking that we go and we... How are we on our tinctures? We're pretty light on the tinctures, actually. We might need to just cure Stomatin and maybe treat Anna Angel. I just have so few resources at hand right now. I could cure both of them, but then I would be down to only one Schmouter. Did we treat Saburov? We did. Okay. Yeah, let's go and visit Stomatin then. Oh boy. Gotta think too, we're gonna need these tinctures for ourselves as well. Because we're in a plague district and immunity is getting real low. We don't have any protective gear. How many do we have? We have 2 of the pluses, 4 of the pluses. And 3 regulars? That's not a lot. We may need to venture out into the steppe again soon. We also need to refill those water bottles though. Okay, I'm going to cure him. Wow. People here evidently really like me now. And Anna Angel is not in a plague district, so really I've just got to sprint my way out of here. So let's go ahead and drink some water to get our stamina recovered. We can go ahead and save. Our hunger is building up too, but we have these fish and we still have a steak left at the Ponderosa as well. Alright, so we are going to need to take an immediate 2 lefts and then right, circle around and left. We already checked that, yeah. Still in a plague district, and our immunity is really low. Just a bit further and we're out of it. And I believe our immunity does reset. It should normalize here. Just naturally of its own accord. I don't think I have any blood to give to the earth in exchange for roots. Or for Twire, rather. We have all of the necessary components to repair one of these water pumps. Do I do it? Maybe I could do one of the ones closer to my base. I think that's the play. If we don't see any good water barrels, of course. Which we can experiment with right here. What did we get? Okay, this is clear water. Looks like we dropped something. Oh, we've got some koshks too. We have a decent amount of food, probably enough to get us through the remainder of this day. Actually, definitely with the steak. Let's use one of our plus tinctures. I think they have better diagnostic properties. Oh wow, yep. Definitive yellow. Okay. We're getting a bit low on some of our antibiotics. We only have one yellow and one orange left. We still have these dead item shop things clogging up our inventory as well. We don't have a use for them right now. Okay, let's head back towards the place. I guess we're still good on water and stuff. We don't need to repair that pump just yet. Nice. Oh, come on. Gears. Straight razors have been incredibly rare though. I'm not going to trade that for just about anything. Yeah, neither of those are good trades. We could swing by the pub, I suppose. We're kind of to the point now where the opportunity cost of selling the herbs is pretty great. Ashen Swish is more expensive today. Swish is a sinister herb. Its step name is Bardil Suok, the darkness of the depths. But no matter. Don't even know if we have any Ashen Swish. Yeah, we do. So it'll go for 250. Our inventory is so full. This guy takes regular money though, and we have 2,000. We actually can buy a lot of stuff. We can come back here. That's fine. That's good to know at least. Is that we have some decent selection of food nearby. How are we on time? It's not even noon yet. How are we on exhaustion? Well, there's not a lot of quest markers on the map right now or anything, so this could be a good time to take a nap. I think we still have a set of coffee, but we can always save that for an emergency. Right now it does not feel like an emergency. I could repair that. I'll bear that in mind. Like, that is really close to our hideout. So if we do repair one, it'll probably be that one. If the barrels of water go away.
Buds bear flowers, clock bear hours, bones bear nothing. They're just bones.
My friend wants to know, why do you keep asking everyone about her? Do you want to make friends with her too? I'm not asking around. My friend wants you to know you shouldn't touch those who live in the ground, and don't hurt the earth either. If you cut the earth or cure it, nothing will grow there anymore. See, my friend is good. That's not true about the earth. I told you everything I needed to. There's an awesome worm living underground too. It has 2 belly spots, blue ones, and tiny little shoes, and hooves. Shoes or... She's describing a chimera, possibly. Shoes or hooves. It can have one, not both. Make up your mind. A lot of interesting creatures live underground. Shoes and hooves, like a minotaur. Like what we're looking for.
Every Joker's one joke away from being a goner.
So, how's it going? Well, I never expected to succeed right away. But you can make that stuff that cures the disease, antibiotics. You said that yourself. No, we need a serum that can cure the plague once and for all. So how do we make a panacea then? We need a creature that can withstand the disease, and I don't think it will be human.
Enough blabbering.
Why the long face? What happened? Well, I think I figured something out about the cure. Will you tell me? I know what kind of organic sample we need, but I've got no idea where to find it. Come on, keep talking. Do I need to pry every single word out of you? So, bulls have antibodies, right? Cells that destroy the disease, and people can carry the microbe itself in their blood, but they can't weaken it. Do you understand? I can't get the two together, but I need to. So what, can't you mix them? I'd need some sort of minotaur, but they don't exist. So what's your plan now? Not sure. Not yet. Let's go for 2 hours nap here. Oh. This is another dream.
Heads or tails? Heads, heads, heads. Always heads.
The Mother Superior. This is Tai Chik's daughter. In Shiyu kun Geshebshe. You have ears like a jerboa. Did you know you can catch shingles from a jerboa? Just like that. You're Tai Chik. You are to call me like they did on the outside, Mother Superior. That's because I'm better than everyone. You're surprisingly eloquent, as though you grew up in the town. Mahi Humayin, I hate it there. They tell me all day long that I'm the most important person, yet they won't let me out, won't let me play, won't bring me anything I ask for. And they keep screaming and screaming through the walls. Who would want to live in such a place? Where's your father, Overseer Tai Chik? My entire family is right here, and I'll have you know it's your family too. Are you all fine? I mean, are you healthy? How can I know that if they won't even let me out of this room? It's so boring. At least you got here, that's something new. And even that is only because I'm dreaming of you. Bo Kara Bo Shagna. I thought it was I who dreamed of you. Shiyonde Rebshe. Why did you come anyway? You must have some sort of request for our not-so-highness. I'm listening. Do you know who or what a Nuduruk is? I know the word. It's from a tale. Or a riddle, maybe. What tale? The Oduruk has a special mound, his ears sticking from the ground. Just make a wish and grab the mud until your hands are filled with blood. It's about the old village, so I guess the Oduruk is there. The old village, but it's been dead for so long. Go there as soon as you wake, find the ear, whisper in it, and it'll grant you a wish. And please let him know I hate it here and can't wait to leave. I've had enough of this place. Taimel Da. A wish. Well, I have only one. And do come back here sometime. Bikaranab, you're a smart girl. Stay here for now. Wait some more. Whoa. Mother's attendant. Not to go on all fours, that is the law. Are we not men? Not to suck up drink, that is the law. Are you not men? Our Mother Superior, joy of our people, long expected you. Speak now to me. I am. It is all the same. Mother Superior has hundreds of eyes, ears, and hands. We are all one. This tongue is her tongue. These ears are her ears. I have long waited for you, guest. Speak, I will listen. I'd rather look around. Mother Superior, joy of our people, wants you to lead us away into the steppe. We want to go home. Have you not heard her? She likes not this place. This evil cesspit overflows with ennui and misery. Ennui, that one of those weird French emotions. I went to inspect the termitary. Impossible, it is dangerous out there. Why? This is not to be spoken of, or there will be punishment. Such is the law. I hear screams. That means some people are alive out there. Comforting. I, Mother Superior, joy of our people, now grant you an audience. Have you seen already how the Odurk suffers without our care? Have you leaned against his ear? Have you tasted his humors? Or have you quenched his thirst? No, I haven't seen him. Who's this Odurk? It is a creature that contains the world within it. How else could I put it? How do I get to him? Everywhere. In here, too. You'll see for yourself if you go to the old village and look closely. Very closely. I've been there back when I was a kid. It's empty. So we're inside the termitary. Does not sound like things are going well in here. Alright, let's see. The Odur's ear is in an abandoned steppe village, whatever that means. Time to whisper in it. There we go. Okay, how are we looking? We've got coffee. Alright, we're going into the steppe, so we're probably going to get some herbs. So let's keep the herbs. Let's dump some of these potions for now. Dump some of our excess water. We all need that tourniquet currently. And these various repair items. And then these things for the dead item shop. We don't need those either. Is that enough inventory space freed up? Let's do this on the inventory screen where it's paused. I'll still keep some of these plus tinctures, because you never know. Okay, that is a pretty good amount of free space there. Yeah, I think we're good to venture out. If we find something big, we can maybe eat some of our food or something. Eat the coffee. Our hunger is okay. We have koshks. Let's go ahead and just eat one now. Be done with it. And I think it says they are salty.
Your stuffing is coming out.
My friend told me she's ready to meet you. That's what she said. She did. Who is your friend, Murky? Is she human? No. Then what? I can't tell. This is troubling. Tell her we can meet. My friend said that if you come to the Crowstone at night, she'll show herself. Tell her I will be there. What's this new item in our journal? Murky's friend will wait for me after dark by the Crowstone. I don't like this one bit. Okay, this is all coming together here. So at night, we need to speak to Reuben, who's not far away. And then we need to go out into the steppe to do something with Murky. And it looks like our immunity does increase over time, which is good. I have the sneaking suspicion that Murky's friend is either Clara or perhaps the plague itself. Because that whole notion of my friend says that you've been asking about me. The only thing that I've really been asking a lot of questions about is the plague. And maybe Clara to an extent. But I don't know, I feel like I haven't really concerned myself terribly much with Clara. It's just that she keeps popping up at really inopportune times and places. And also her affiliation with the Sabarovs, I'm very suspicious of that. So I don't trust the Sabarovs. This is quite a hike. Are those cattle carved out of the living stone? Wow. That's ominous. Sheken, a place of old. This doesn't look abandoned. There's fire here, and weapons, and gardens of Twire. Holy hell. That's so much. And barrels of water. Fresh water, too. Doesn't appear to be anything in these tents. No. No lootable containers. Let's wrap around on that ear, or wherever the thing is on the map. Wow. I wonder if there's another patch of Twire somewhere. So it looked like we got 2 of the common types there. Maybe there's a third patch with the third common type. Huh. Is that a dock? I don't see a ferryman though. Yeah, more of these buildings are just empty, I think. Alright, let's go towards the point of interest on the map. No empty bottles, huh? Collect blood. There was no Urdurg in the old village, but I found strange blood there. I wonder what happens if I mix it with a tincture. I think that's all that we can collect. Desiccated. The music has taken on a really triumphalist quality. We're obviously onto something big here. I'm worried I'm going to get attacked or something though. I don't see any harm in paying Grace a quick visit. Okay, I'm starting to understand the sounds now that the rarer herbs are making. Doesn't appear like she's here. Let's inspect this living blood. Any trickle of blood seeps from Olongo. This is the blood I was looking for. 1 vial is enough to seriously invigorate myself or brew some salvation. Yeah, let's not use it for the purpose of invigoration. Let's use it for salvation instead. Shoot, I'm getting turned around. That was quite a haul, too. We have over 20 black twire, 17 brown twire, 8 blood twire. We're going to be hitting that point again where water is our limiting reagent. still, I want to keep collecting herbs just while we're out, just in case, and it saves time. There you are. It seems that our exhaustion and our hunger are starting to get the better of us. Well, let's give this a go with the blood. We're going to mix it with our tinctures. I guess we'll just do our plus tinctures that we have. And the brew, if there is a brew time associated with it, that might be a pretty good excuse for another nap. Because we've done everything else that I can think of to do in the town. Hours and 40 minutes. While we're here though, let's go ahead and brew some more tinctures. Okay, we've got 9 of these guys, so we can do 3 each with the non-rare ingredients. Oh shoot, that's always... okay, that's always going to give us the yellow plus then. Alright, how much white whip do we have? We have only 1. What about... gosh, I can't even remember what... the Ashen Swift? So it seems like with the rare ingredients, they don't care which lesser ingredients you combine them with, so perhaps we should use the one that's the most plentiful, which is the black here. Yeah, it's the rare ingredient that determines the color. And then we can make some nominal, not nominal, but not exceptional tinctures as well that can be traded to the children. Have we gone through all of our actual water now, though? We may actually be out of water. Okay, we have some empty bottles at least. Alright, inventory Tetris happens in the pause screen for sure. Let's get these staged and ready to be turned back over to our stash. Our cures, we can just try to keep everything kind of together just so that we can do a quick visual inspection. Pills should get lumped together. Can we go ahead and repair our cloak? We may have enough to do that. Indeed we do. Ooh, is that another stage of repair? Yes. We can repair it all the way. Yeah, it's so important to just keep things topped off. If I eat that steak though, my thirst is going to start kicking my ass. It's not like I have much of a choice though. Go ahead and deposit these the broken ampule too. Sabrov's wife is obviously a morphine addict. which is unfortunate. She seems like she's kind of losing her mind, perhaps hence the multiple reflections that she had. Almost like a split personality type thing. Okay, let's get a couple hours of sleep. Okay, what's going on here? Some evenings, kids gather at the station. Alright, let's clear up some space. Actually, we're looking pretty good for right now. This thirst, though, is... We don't have the... Wait, we do have the means. No, we don't have the gray bar piece to repair the water pumps. There might be some barrels in one of the factory districts. I forgot to grab the thing that we had just brewed, although it probably wasn't done yet since we only slept for 2 hours. And the brew time was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I want to say that sometimes... Yeah, there's a barrel. Okay. We've already traded with the children today. We haven't inspected the stash back here yet. These may reset. No, there's nothing that I'm particularly interested in there. Let's just double check since we're here. We can try trading with that one child who usually gives us the maps. Yeah, we've already traded with him today. Okay. That's right, we bought the milk from the girl too. I really should have put the water into a bottle before drinking it, just in case it was murky. I think this is where the children had told us about the imaginary train game previously. This track is an umbilical cord, our only connection to the outside world. It does resemble that. I thought about it too. This umbilical cord needs to be cut, quickly. Sand pass flows through it. And a special emissary will arrive soon. A state inquisitor. Heard of those? I thought they were disbanded 2 years ago. No. This emissary will signal our doom. As we sentence the outside world, so will the inquisitors sentence us. But they're faster. Get it? The umbilical cord needs to be cut. Perhaps you can do it. You're a surgeon, after all. You mean, like, blow it up? Sure, as an example. I'm not an expert. I'm only 6, after all. Just destroy the rails, or we're all dead. State emissaries have no sense of humor. Maybe a scalpel will do? Just cut it and be done with it. A contraption would serve better. I think I know just the man. I'm trying to divine who it will be. A man or woman? If a man, there will be blood, but it will be easier for you to prevail in the end. If a woman, less of our blood, more of yours. That's what my flowers tell me. What are you talking about, kid? We're expecting guests. Bad guests. Violent. So I'm asking my flowers if we'll survive. They're not sure. It doesn't take a flower to predict our chances of survival. I know a good obstetrician, all right. He'll cut whatever needs to be cut, including railroads. So I suppose we're meant to go to Bad Grief and see about blowing up the railroad. According to the predictions of some children that a state inquisitor will be coming here. Okay. I gotta say, I don't very much like the sound of a state inquisitor. If they're coming by rail, though, perhaps they could be bringing supplies with them. What? There must be somebody hostile on the other side of the fence, who obviously can't get to me in a timely fashion. Honestly, this game would be a lot more challenging if that musical cue wasn't there for when you were being pursued. Reuben's hideout. Stock Reuben does mysterious work here at night. His hideout was granted to him by Bad Grief. We can check Reuben's hideout again too, but I think he had said that he wouldn't have any more use of it. So I imagine that we'd find him in the apartment. Yeah, we can't go in there. She doesn't look like a threat. Hello, doctor? Can I shake your hand? What for? You are a man of action. People respect you. They say you have golden hands. My hands are completely ordinary. I suppose. I'm Isa Kloinina, a friend of Yulia Lirocheva. She needs you. I see. You two must belong to the same circle of unbreakable women. Are you a mathematician too? No, I'm an engineer, but I help her with calculations. I respect that. She needs to talk to you. She wants to help you avoid a trap. What trap? A sturdy one. Are you coming? Where? A library in the Chine. That's where we live and work. I know the place. Go. Let them know I'm coming. That is all the way up there. We could take a boat. It's actually probably not a bad idea.
Talk's cheap. So what you reap?
Checking out the wares? Do you have dynamite? What for? They say an inquisitor's coming. We should keep them from getting in, don't you think? I see, I see. Listen, artilleryman, you're a surgeon, not a bomber. Gotta be careful with those hands. Let's tackle this as a team. Why not? Let's do it together, just like the good old days. Go into the steppe after midnight. Follow the railroad tracks, the long ones that unfurl to the outside world. A real line, not your metaphors. You'll find me waiting. I understand all kinds of lines. I'll find you. Ooh, he has a shotgun. But that is so expensive. Wow, 14,000. I think we just gotta stick with the handgun. I'm not using the needles much. I'll still hold on to a few as a bartering piece, but we can part with 500 for an additional 3 rounds of revolver ammunition. Something's telling me we might need it before too long. Speaking of which... Nice. Speaking of which, let's go and get our revolver repaired and check on the status of our... Gosh, we're really low on food too now, aren't we? Maybe we can swing by here. Could we... I'm trying to remember what the prices were at the pub. They weren't great, but they might be worse here. Yeah, I think they're worse here. I don't think the smoked meat was running for 800. Although, do we have anything we can trade to him? Yeah, the tinctures are worthless to this guy. Okay. Alright, back to the lab, where we can drop off our herbs that we have. And check and see how our brew is going. It should be done by now. Anything new on the map? No. Looks like we have 2 missions in the steppe tonight. It's good, they should be close together. I thought that guy might be here again. My, what have we here? A real cure to drive me out of the body. We'll see about that soon. You are just like your foolish father, following in his footsteps, doing what he did 5 years ago. Really, did he also make a panacea? He did not let me into the town, boarded off the crude sprawl. It burned out from the inside to the last soul. With no food, I starved to death. And so the town returned to its unknowing slumber. Sounds like a job well done. That was a long time ago. He then had time to think of what happened, to understand that one should not drive me away, neither from a town nor from a body. I am a heavenly gift, Barak. Will you also take 5 years to understand it? You hold poison in your hands. Just admit it. You're scared. Repair the gun. Okay. Hopefully we won't need it again. Those misfirings the other night are still wigging me out, but perhaps it was just a game glitch. I need to test the mysterious liquid on somebody infected. I mean, do I just rush to an infected district? Do I give it to Anna Angel? Do I wait and see? I mean, we've already tended to Anna Angel, and we've already cured Stomatin. So perhaps the play is to just hold off a little bit longer. I forgot to deposit the herbs. Damn it. Take one of these painkillers because it can be traded to the children at nighttime. Or after midnight, I should say, when we have a new cycle of trade. In fact, I'll take both of them. We have plenty of inventory space right now. We'll also want to go to the dead items shop, though. We still have much to do in the nighttime, that's for sure. Okay, for now, let's go and see what these two want. How's our fund reward looking? Looks like we've done the bare minimum. But I think we're okay for now still. I say as our hunger is starting to get capped out here. Let's swing by the pub. I don't have any blood. Yeah, the pub is really close, but it's still a little bit of a pain to get to. I like the spooky music here. You again, huh? Oh no, it's the same price. I was mistaken. Tan is kind of a dog shit food. I suppose it's better than nothing though. That's basically all of our money right there. Well, we have the dead item shop coming soon, and we have our reward from the from doing work at the makeshift hospital coming up soon. So I think that should be enough to tie this over. Okay, to the boatman. We could probably walk up there even and just pillage along the way, but... we'll be spending about 5 seconds in the infected district here. We should be fine though. Our immunity has recovered. Shoot. Sadly, our stamina did not refill any. Watch there be a plague cloud here. Okay, we're good. I always worry about these bridges. I'm going to get ambushed by one of those wandering clouds. I'm going to get off of it ASAP. We are sitting quite pretty with our ammunition at this point, so we could maybe venture a fight or two with a bandit. We've been keeping the gun well repaired too, which is good news. Is this the engineer that I spoke to earlier? Veronica. A kid made a gift for his father. 2 weeks of careful work. He kept thinking how happy Father would be when he opened it. He ran into the room, stumbled, but didn't drop the box. He held it out to Father. Then, Father pulled a razor from behind his back and cut the kid's face. What? Here's another famous one. During the previous war, an officer came to a mother with 2 children in camp. "Choose which one we kill, the son or the daughter," he said. "If you refuse, we'll shoot both." The mother gave them the daughter. They shot her. Why are you telling me this? Oh, and listen to this one. Go on. "I think treachery is the worst sin. Don't you agree? Betraying a warm, living person who trusts you? Here's the story. Find a gullible person, an old one. Old people are helpless, you know. Make them follow you, and then... See where I'm going with this? That's what the Inquisition does to people." So what? That's the Inquisition. I am an Inquisitor's daughter. They're craftsmen, the Inquisitors. Crafting people. That's why they call their work process. Crafting people. Tomorrow, they'll be here. What do we do? What do you want? Nothing. I just want to look him in the eye. You never approach them, never touch them. They'll make you the villain. Do you get it? Well, I'm far from heroic anyway.
They say it's neither cholera nor pox. So it can't be that bad, can it?
See this girl, Barak. She says the Inquisition will arrive tomorrow. How does she know? She's an Inquisitor's daughter. An Inquisitor's daughter lives in our town. She's not a local. Funny. I didn't even think how she got here. It's not like she has wings. Then again, not every road in the world is straightforward and linear. Let us spare the girl torturous questions. She's confused enough as it is. And she came to you because every road in the town leads to your doorstep. That's how you designed them. Do I have that right? Flattering, but I'm afraid the truth is much less fascinating. The truth being, I worked for the Inquisition a bit right before I came here. Calculated certain predictive models. The details are of no importance. I thought they did their own calculations. Was I mistaken? Barak, this is serious. Do you even understand what kind of an institution the Inquisition is? Not really. Tell me. An organization of geniuses. I believe the Inquisitorial Corps is 19 strong. Or was it 18? No, 19, unless Orf resigned. They're tasked with solving the unsolvable. Like this outbreak of ours. I get it. No laws, no ethics bind the Inquisitors. They are human missiles, caring only for the mission. Nothing stands between them and the mission. What does this mean for me? They'll take you, Daniel, and Clara, and they'll trade you, turn you into tokens. I'm not sure you can really avoid it. Unless you flee? But there's no way out. I suppose you're doomed. You didn't mention Reuben. Why? He's a doctor too, more than Clara. They will, of course, summon Reuben, and me, and the ruling houses, but you will be their pawn. The Inquisitors can identify extraordinary people from miles away, like bloodhounds. It wouldn't be wrong to say that I'm no less intelligent than Daniil, and Stanislav is as good a surgeon as you. Still, we'll remain in the background. You will become the pawn. Trust me, I've seen them work. You flatter me. I don't know if that's actually flattery or not, though. Let's talk to Daniil.
What crude practices. What rustic procedures. I refuse to work this way.
Hey. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss. You're scared, aren't you? I see it in your eyes. Do you know what the Inquisition is? I've heard about it. I carry this cross willingly. I found myself in your damn town by accident, when hell broke loose. I tried to fight this wretched plague. I took responsibility. I did everything I should have. Do you understand? You've done a lot. The Inquisitor will take the one who bends reality. They'll twist them, break them. The person responsible won't even understand how they decided to put a bullet in their own head. That's their method. Do you consider yourself free, Barak? Any choice is right, so long as it is willed. I don't know where this girl came from, but their Inquisition is up next. Our current situation is exactly the kind they're tailored to solve. Have you ever considered angels, Barak? How do you imagine them? Why even ask? You don't believe in God, Onyan. An angel is a nightmare. Their purpose is to instill primal, oppressive horror. I think if angels existed, they'd resemble a divine pillar of light from the heavens to the earth, devoid of anything remotely human. But Inquisitors are people. You know, that's a little bit worrisome. Dankovsky has been confident to the point of arrogance, to say the least, this entire time, and he seems absolutely terrified. The powers that be have sent a special commissar our way, one that people refer to as an Inquisitor. Alright. I suppose we can take the boat back down and wait for midnight. I do want to test our cure, but if it is a cure, I don't want to use it on just anybody yet. I don't want to just use it on some random person. I kind of want to try it on one of the more significant people that I'm kind of relying on for survival here. But not Anna Angel either, because honestly, from what she said about her past, she sounds like a really rotten person. She was talking about how the circus that she worked for, like, kidnapped children and stuff. I'm not even sure if she's worth saving. Actually, what if we rested at Lara's? Made our way to the theater to see the pantomime. Do we have time to do all of this tonight? There's so many things that we need to do. Yeah, I think that's the play. But wait, we don't have the, we don't have our items for the... Okay, what's that? Something new cropped up. Okay, Murky's friend will wait for me. Okay, let's take the boat after all. Because we don't have our things for the dead item shop yet. Also worth noting is that the serum that we made, we used 2 different plus tinctures, but the serum stacked on itself, which indicates, in terms of like a little game logic-y standpoint, that it's the same type of material. So if the serum is a cure, then it seems to me that we would have 2 of them. Anyway, if we're going to go into the step, we're going to be getting Twire. So, what can we put away? We can put away the candy wrappers. What even is this? A blurry blue spot in the corner could either be an official seal or a trace of dissolved candy. That looks like a seal to me. There's got to be some value to those things. Okay. These here are the things that I want to put away. And I suppose the rusty scalpel too, now that we have the Menku finger fully repaired. Actually, let's keep the coffee. I would be faster at this, but there's this slight input lag when it comes to moving stuff over. Or if I'm too fast, I'll screw up and grab the wrong thing. It's just something that takes getting used to. We're close to something big, though. I can feel it. Any water available? No. Okay, we were going to go to Murky's. And then we were going to meet our buddy after midnight. Still need to test the serum on somebody. We could wait until midnight to see whether Saburov or his wife get infected. I don't like them, but I don't know if they've done as much just flagrantly evil things as Anna Angel either. I mean, they're dull and authoritarian and all of that, but they still serve a function within the town. I don't know, the more I think about her, the more contempt I have for Anna Angel. Just that kidnapping children thing is so blatantly evil. Let's swing by the waterways on our way to Murky, maybe grab some Twire. At this point, though, we could consider selling more again at the bar. Because we've got a tremendous excess at this point. Hopefully the one that they're willing to take the next day isn't one of the super rare ones. Because I'm loath to part with those. Okay, Murky, what do you have for me? Let's actually, let's run around here and grab this Twire. Because it's going to need to be after midnight before we meet with Grief anyway, so if we handle this really quickly, we'll be just killing another 30 minutes. Alright.
person. Despite all the stuff, a good person.
She's almost here. She just won't come out for some reason. I need to go. Call her, I guess. What are you doing here? I'm picking a family for myself. I think I'm going to be together with my friend. We'll be sisters. Or maybe she can even be my mommy. And I don't have any reason to like you. You're never even home. I suppose I don't even have a home. Can you really call that place a home? I wanted to show you that she's not really evil at all. I wanted to take her by the hand and bring her to you. She can't just get close to you like that, even if she's not with me. But if she's with me, she can. Why can't she get close to me? You should go hide behind those rocks and wait. Just keep looking at me. I'll wait for her, sort of like a lure. She'll come to the fire when she thinks I'm alone. Then you'll see I'm not making her up. Lure? Very well, we'll see, but I won't wait long. If nobody comes out in 10 minutes, we're going home. Whoa. So it is Clara.
They're all expecting a train carrying medicine and doctors. Fools. They honestly think a train can fix this. Like hell it'll come.
What do you want, Barach? Why are you here? Go do your job, Tinkerer. Have you already avenged your father, come into your inheritance, saved everyone on the list, visited the kin? Have you made a cure? So you're Murky's friend. Are you dense? You idiot. I'm keeping Murky from the plague. Do you understand? I'm doing it because you can't even watch over one child. What do you mean I can't? I can. I thought you were a grown man, Barach. Do you honestly come to believe the disease has a mind, a goal, some agenda? That it walks on clay legs and talks to Murky? That it'll come here and tell you something? How do you know all this? And something with a will and an agenda can be bargained with. Like Mistress Sandplague. That was your silly hope, was it? Who are you? Tell me. Ugh, back to square one. You think I'm some kind of avatar for the plague? What's wrong with you? Are you still a child? I don't know. I'm not sure. Everything is possible. That's what makes the plague so terrible, you fool. You can't reason with it. There's no method behind it, no mind. No negotiation. There's only death. And if it has a voice, it's yours. Your own voice. Imagine your child told you a boogeyman knocks on her window at night. I'd rather check, just in case, than regret it for life. You don't believe me. You don't want to. Fine. Be my guest. Check. You want an easy answer, don't you? You want a monster you can drive a stake into or bargain with. That'd be so heroic, wouldn't it? And so much simpler than the hard work of discovering a cure. That's unfair of you. Work, Barach. Forget this child's play. Step miracles, childhood mysteries. Leave them to me. Step aside and deal in earthly matters. Go. Work. Deal with your damn town. You're the one who must figure out what it's made of. But who was Murky talking to? Murky talks to rocks and herbs. Murky was raised by steppe wolves. She's a wolf cub herself. Why would you ever take her words seriously? Kids deserve trust, or bad things happen. I know from experience. Wait. How did...
There's more of me to love. Like 2 or 3 of me.
Yeah, no kidding. It's Clara the Changeling again. Watch my hands. The right knows not what the left does. The left knows not what the right does. The forepaw doesn't follow the hind paw. The midfoot, the forefoot, the lower hand, the secret one, the upper hand, the elegant one. What are you looking at? Did you see Murky? Walked away from here on her own 2 feet. Her friend came for her. When she learned who her friend was, I think she decided to flee while you were distracted. To protect you, maybe. Are you making fun of me? You just told me yourself. Go, Barach. Murky is beyond your help now. You still don't get it. You think with your fists. You don't understand life, or anything about this disease. How could you protect anyone, ignorant as you are? Who are you? You're not Clara. It's like you've been changed. I'm the real one. She is the imposter. Give Murky back, you hear me? Alright, let's try this. Your Murky is still on her way. I can sense her. She might get stranded after all. These things happen. Let's test you then. What do you know of the sand pest? Tell me. It's connected to the Earth somehow. Alright, so you're not entirely hopeless. Would you like to understand? You wanted to see Murky's friend. That I can arrange. What's that supposed to mean? If you agree to this, your Murky might live longer, and her friend will, from now on, address you directly. No middlemen, no interference. What say you, O brave Ripper? Deal, but leave Murky alone, and never touch her again. Oh shit. Did we just get infected? Shit. The plague has a voice, now I'm certain of it. Can it truly have a personality, a mind, a will? And so Murky's friend is the disease. What the hell? Who speaks in its voice? Who is making fun of me? And if it is alive, what does it want? To hell with it, where's Murky? Well... we're gonna meet bad grief out here on this railroad, so we might as well make our way over there. And now we can test one of our cures.
Foeless. Foeless. Why be foes? Why shun? Better to listen than to fight. Abiding and watchful is wisdom. Let the outlandish life dwell within you, and you will unearth answers. Is this not the task of a healer?
The plague is talking to me. Or it could be just delusions from having the infection. Okay, moment of truth. We did it. That cured us. The medicine has been produced, but there's very little of it. For now, it's more proof of a concept than a solution. Still, I think I'll soon find the right person to share this discovery with. Yeah, we're not gonna take the disease's advice and let it linger inside of us. Gonna be out here somewhere soon. We're probably a bit too far away. A crucial encounter will happen in the steppe this night. The page is about to turn. All business you deem important needs to be finished before dawn. New pantomime, 702 people infected, 96 gone missing, 112 committed suicide, over 7,000 death toll. A reward awaits you in the fun. Oh, damn it. Come on. Alright. We're still in business. Nobody has died yet. We're over halfway there.
The day is over. The end draws ever closer. A new pantomime is rehearsed at the theater.
We still have one serum left. We have the panacea. If nothing else, it constitutes proof that we can treat this disease.
There once was a man of great humor who found he was dead of a tumor. But he woke up today to his neighbor's dismay, and that of his cow once he took her.
He finally came. I'm freezing my ass off here. What's with the fire? For a second I thought you'd started without me. A fire. A signal fire cub used to summon. Summon who? Bos Turok. No, cub. Bos Turok is a steppe folktale. Me, I'm simple. An ordinary man. And with my goals, unlike yours, are ordinary too. Well, I doubt you're trying to summon the Inquisitor. Use your head, artilleryman. Of course we're not blowing anything up. This railroad is my bread and butter, my veins, hell, my carotid arteries. Blowing things up? It doesn't matter. The Inquisitor will come. They'll instill order. Fix you, terrorists. Are you stupid, Grief? You'll be the first person they hang. They're a smart bunch, or so I've heard. Explains the unique status. And smart folk tend to stick together. Help each other climb the ladder, even. It's you who should worry about getting hanged, idiot. Dynamite. Alright, forget it. Let's just watch the fire. So I can perform prophylaxis, which indicates to me that his district is going to be at risk in this following day. So let's go ahead and administer an immunity booster. Get the hell back to town. We got a lot of places to be. Alright. I don't think we stop for herbs unless they're directly in our path. Shoot, we gotta go back to the factory first to get our dead item shop items. And I think we used all of our traveler's coins, our fingernails, so we're gonna have to walk. It's going to be dangerous, but we do have a lot of revolver ammunition. Exhaustion is starting to set in. We do have coffee beans. The reward from the fund will still be there tomorrow. So perhaps the theater is the first play, so that we can go to the dead item shop and trade our stuff. What's going on here? Oh shit. Murky's not in the lair. I think there's an abandoned train car she stays at sometimes. Maybe she's there. We'll get to her later. I think that for now, assuming of course that whatever that was held up its end of the bargain, that she should hopefully be safe. Alright. Strategize. We can trade these. We can trade that, and the organs. We don't have any use for these organs except as to brew as painkillers now, so. And we'll go ahead and take our coffee. Shit, that does drive our hunger up, though. We've got maybe an hour or two before our hunger starts maxing out.
All you need to learn is the right herbal mixtures.
But yeah, I think that this is enough for now. We'll swing up to Rubens. We will administer immunity boosters to Stamatin on the way there, and maybe trade some herbs too, for that matter. Perhaps we can snag some food here. I'm not sure when his wares reset. And from there, we have 2 infected to deal with. And then we make our way over to the theater to see the pantomime and to figure out where the dead item shop is.
That's what old man used to say.
Alright, that's a good leaving off spot.